Good afternoon. I'm Jeremy Marquez, as it's written on the wall behind me here, with J Marqeting. It is 3 o'clock on April 6th, 4622, rocking and rolling. Got a few hours of power left, and it's prime time, right? I've been using the phone to outbound and create relationships in business since I was 16 years old. This isn't one of those old washed up sales stories where we talk about, oh yeah, sales. I used to do that racket. That was a hard. No. In fact, it's a story of me creating something out of nothing. And even prior to engaging in the world and working in corporate world and for other people and their companies back when I was younger, even before that, starting companies, once I learned money, once I learned my family wasn't made of money and I wasn't born into wealth, I realized to do some of the things that I wanted to do, even if that was buying the Biggie Small CD, I needed to come up with that cash, right? There was no allowance. There was nothing like that. Like, they would give us money here and there, right? If I would think that we were well off until I realized, but my parents still work. Bless them, right? One of my motivators is to change that. However, guys, I started, just to highlight, when I was 6 years old, 6 or 7, I started mowing my mom and dad's lawn. Like, that would mow the lawn, earn a few extra bucks, $5, $10, right? It wasn't like a designated chore or job. It was like, sometimes my dad liked to do it, but sometimes he would just have me do it and give me a couple of bucks, right? And we had this decent sized yard over on Samson Boulevard in Sacramento. I will buy that house one day. I used to mow that lawn. I used to do the edges. I used to do it because I saw my dad doing it, and I saw how much my dad, he was very, not really perfectionist, but he was proud of what he was doing because that was his lawn, right? So move forward a little bit. I was earning money mowing my parents' lawn. So I'm a watcher. I'm an observer. I watch stuff. I sit here and I notice stuff in the world. Even today at 40 years old. And I noticed that a lot of my neighbors, they had a lawn mowing service, right? They didn't do their own lawn. Somebody would come in every week or every 2 weeks or however often, and they would mow their lawn, a lawn care service. It was a business. And I started to realize it was a business. They're paying these people, and that's their company. Okay? I'm like, well, I mow lawns. Why can't I? That's what I'm thinking back here. It's moving. The gears are grinding early. And I didn't just think about it. Within a couple of weeks, I was knocking on doors of my neighbors with some flyers that I had printed out or wrote out. I don't think I even printed it. I think I just wrote some flyers out, like lawn care service, right? My phone number or something. And guys, I got some clients on my block for my lawn care service, right? 2 or 3. Like, they would pay me 10, 15, whatever it was. I had a business when I was 6, 7, 8 years old mowing lawns. That wasn't the only thing that we did too. And I found, and it wasn't about like anything, but here's what it was about. It was only about being able to do it, saying, oh man, I did that, right? Because I didn't want to start a landscaping company. However, I can always go back and do that to have maybe create some jobs at some point. But here's the thing. The point is, guys, the motivating factor behind that was not only to earn a few dollars, but I was motivated to be able to create something out of nothing, to see that if I can have a business like that gentleman or that gal was running, right? And I was able to accomplish it. No help. No help. I ended up bringing a friend in because I wanted to expand over into his neighborhood too. I brought Jake in, Jake McGuire. He's a realtor with Weichert out in New York. I'll bring him in someday and we'll tell the story together. And he may have a different side, but that's my side of the story, you guys. And what we did, we scaled, we expanded. He lived about 1.5 miles away in a similar type of neighborhood, right? And we ended up getting a couple of his neighbors as well. And so then now I had a partner in business. Not only was I was doing joint ventures at the age of 7, 8 years old. You didn't want to not pay your lawn bill either, man. You did not want to be that neighbor that did not pay your lawn bill because we were already giving you a discount because we knew that you were probably paying $50, maybe even more, to a lawn care service. So we came in under that, but we were saving you money. And if you couldn't pay that bill, we did some bill collecting. We would knock on the door and we'd come after that money. We'd continue to mow the lawns because for us, it was just, it was fun. We would go and we would do designs in the grass and all of that. Blah, blah, blah. All right. So fast forward. Now we're over here making cold calls, creating something out of nothing. So I have a client who has a listing coming up, but that seller needs to find a place. So we're calling in that area to find another seller. So we'll end up being 2 listings and a purchase out of it.
Hello.
Hi, I was calling about your property on Mill Ridge.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Yeah, I think it might be one of your rentals or.
No.
No? Okay. Well.
Mill Ridge in Belleville?
In Milwaukee.
I had a home on Mill Road, but I sold that about last July or June or July.
This one is N33W29417 Mill Ridge Road.
That's in Belleville.
Is that still yours?
Sure.
We have a client who's looking to move to the neighborhood, so I'm calling to see who's ready to dispose of their property and help our client.
Which neighborhood are you talking about?
The property is N33W29.
I know, but did you say that's a $900,000 house? Is that what they're looking for?
Exactly. So they have a property. So here's the situation. We have a list. Their property is listed, but it's contingent on finding something, and it's specifically in this neighborhood. That's why I'm calling you, because I know that you have one in there. And so my goal was, we
do.
Okay, would you consider selling it?
Oh, sure. We're building a house, so it's not a completed house, but it is for sale, yes.
Okay. What's your first name?
Mike Jerk.
Mike, I'm Jeremy. I work with Justin Zunker, and he's the one that's working directly with this client. Would it be okay to connect you with him and let him take over from here?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
When we get done, I'll send you a text with his info. He's the agent here at Shore West, and no BS here. That's the situation. Kind of trying to put the puzzle pieces together here, you know?
Yep, I go, text it to me, and then I'll probably just have one of my guys give him a call because I'm going to a meeting, but I've got salespeople that to sign to, so.
Perfect.
Text it over to me and, we'll go from there.
Perfect. Thanks,
you.
Mike.
Okay, all right.
Bye. All right. Thank you, Mike. See if this one works out. So that's the ISA for me stands for Inside Sales Assassin. Sometimes I'll go in and do a one-off, right? And I'll have an agreement with the agent like I do with Justin. So basically, here's the situation. Like I just explained to Mike, is we have an off-market listing that they're not going to list and sell or accept an offer. It's not going to close until we help them find another place. So now that I'm able to do that, we're bringing the buyer. It's going to be a new listing, potentially off-market. But the whole idea is, we're solving a problem. And so you guys are able to witness sometimes the roll up your sleeves and really have to make things happen for your clients part of retail real estate, especially in a climate like this. And it's not just like that. I'm in Sacramento. These folks are out in Wisconsin. It's the same thing everywhere, especially in nice areas like this where the properties are $800,000. The other one is about 6. This one's about 8. And that's a lot from Milwaukee. In California, that property would be worth almost $2 million. I'm going to wrap this session up here on YouTube. I will come back later and do some more calls, but I need to handle some admin stuff with this. Thank you for tuning in.